Welcome my dear students of grade 10. Today in lesson 2 we will compare between molecular and ionic compounds. There is some differentiation points you have to talk about today. The first one is that the smallest representative unit of a molecular compound is a molecule. For an ionic compound, the smallest representative unit is a formula unit. Before that, we have to remember that we took that in the second term. A formula unit is the lowest whole number of ions in an ionic compound. It's important not to confuse between the formula units with molecules. A molecule is made of two or more atoms that act as a unit. No such separated units can exist in an ionic compound, which consists of continuous array of ions. There is no such thing as a molecule of sodium chloride or magnesium chloride. The second, molecular compounds tend to have relatively lower melting and boiling point than ionic compounds. Many molecular compounds are gases or liquids at room temperature. In contrast, on the otherwise, the ionic compounds are formed from a metal combined with a non-metal as a interaction between them. So most molecular compounds are composed of atoms of two or more non-metals. From the first here we have to say that molecular compounds is composed of two or more non-metals, but the ionic compounds composed of metal and non-metal. Here also we have to see first the examples to differentiate well between ionic compound and molecular compound. The molecular compound example here of H2O, a collection of water molecules as a bulk, and the otherwise sodium chloride is a crystal of ionic compound. The ions here shown as an array of sodium ions and chloride ions. So here we have molecule of water, and here we have formula unit of sodium chloride. We have a question here. Can you please write down that question and answer it in 1 minute? How is the formula unit of an ionic compound different from a molecule? From differentiation. So we have to define a formula unit and define a molecule. Try to remember the main difference between a molecule and a formula unit. Now we are about to finish 1 minute. So, what the answer? A molecule is made of two or more atoms that act as a unit, and no such separated units exist as an ionic compound, which exists as an array of ions. At the end of this lesson, we have to remember in the first lesson that a molecular formula shows how many atoms of each element a substance contains. In this lesson, we differentiate between the molecular compound and ionic compound. We see that the representative unit of the molecular compound is a molecule, and for ionic compound is a formula unit. And we have also some definitions you have to write down in your notebook to save it. A covalent bond is a bond formed by sharing the electrons between ions. A molecule is a neutral group of atoms joined by covalent bonds. Diatomic means two atoms. A molecule that consists of two atoms. For sure, diatomic molecular compound. Molecular compound is a compound that is composed of molecules, molecular formula, is a chemical formula of molecular compound that shows the kinds and the numbers of atoms present in a molecule of a compound. And in general rules in bonding and in interactions, in molecular compounds, bonding occurs when the atoms share electrons, but in ionic compounds, bonding occurs when electrons are transferred between atoms and it was attraction forces between positive and negative charges. This is the end. Thank you, and thank you for listening, and good luck for my dear students. See you in the next lesson.